Disclaimer: martial arts training could be dangerous. Training the techniques or exercises in this video may have the possibility of you getting injured, such as your ankle, knee, hip, belly button, or head may explode, or you may spontaneously combust into a great ball of fire. But honestly, we are training in the martial arts, not basket weaving. Injuries can occur, but if trained safely, great things can happen. Welcome to Show Annie 1197. My name is Roger Grimes.
And I'm Greg.
And today we're going to do a little bit of the jiu-jitsu stuff. Alright, I'm not a black belt at any kind of jiu-jitsu, but I have trained in Brazilian jiu-jitsu for several years. I've done Japanese jiu-jitsu, judo, I've done shoot fighting, but my main thing is Kempo. So this is a system I put together of what I learned using the Kempo and mixing the jiu-jitsu into it. And Greg likes what he saw, so he wants to learn it. We decided to share some of it with you guys. I haven't really shared too much of this system online because, a while back, I started teaching something that I'm not an expert at, and then some people ripping it apart because they look at me with a black belt and they think, hey, you should know it. Everything you do, everything you share should be 100% perfect. But this is my system put together. And if you guys see, when we're doing anything that's like a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu technique or a Japanese Jiu-Jitsu technique, you see a better way of doing it, put that down in the comments. We're an open book for that stuff. We're just doing this because we love to do this. So when you see us come back, we're going to be on the floor.
And I've never fallen before in karate, so this should be fun.
And we're back on the floor. Alright, so we're going to start off with some break falls. These are the break falls that we learned in the Kempo, but I also learned some break falls in Judo too. But this is a basic, simple way of doing the break fall to start off with. It's not a full accurate back fall because you're landing on you're on your butt to your back. Usually you would be falling more towards your shoulders. But this gets you used to slapping. So what Greg's going to demonstrate right now, he's going to cross the arms for right now because this way you don't get the habit of reaching behind you. Tuck your chin down a little bit. Roll back. As soon as your back hits the floor, slap. Okay, stay there for a moment. So what I want Greg to do is have his hands parallel with his hips. If they're parallel with his shoulders, that could create injury. You can crack your elbows on the floor, but the chin I want up so he's not cracking his head on the back of back of his head on the floor. All right, you want to put your feet that way. Face that way. Sit that way. Sit that way. Alright, now do the fall here so that they get a view from there. So sit normal, just kind of sit normal, do the same thing you did. Alright, cross your arms. Greg didn't know what we're doing. So, alright, go lay back, slap. Boom. There you go. Do it again. That's it. Good. Alright, so there's your basic back fall from there. I had Greg doing this before videoing, so we're just going to show a couple. We had him warm up with a little bit of stuff. But yeah, now I want to do the other part that I had you do where you're squatting.
That's right. And make sure you exhale as you're going down.
Yeah, and breathe out. I didn't say that. Thank you. Just worried about teaching this part. But the important part is, as soon as you hit the floor, breathe out. All right, cross your arms, tuck your chin. Go ahead, sit back. Boom. Okay, again, this isn't an accurate break fall because your butt is hitting the floor rolling back. That's not how you want to fall, but this is a good way to step and ease into just throwing yourself back, which we will get there eventually. We're going to take it slow because Mark Miller told me hurt students don't stay, hurt students don't pay. So we can't hurt his students or our students or, it just doesn't work that way. We want to take care on what you do. All right, try that again, but this time look at that wall and then fall back. Good. All right, come this way a little bit. Make sure you're in the camera view. Towards me. Yeah, I want to make sure the camera has you. All right, go ahead. Do it one more time. Good. So there's the back fall. And then we also did a side fall. Do you remember how we did that?
It'd be good to show me again.
Okay, I want to show you again. We did more time on the one, but right now I'm having Greg do. Don't do it with me yet because you're gonna slap me in the head, and I don't want that. All right, so I got my leg tucked in for now. See, I have my arm across my body. I'm all lay to my side, keeping my head towards this shoulder. And see, my hands parallel with my hip. My foot, I don't want to be here. I want to come up. The first day of judo, they had us do a diving roll over somebody on their hands and knees like this. So I had to do that, roll, then break fall, and I was slapping my ankle on the floor. The instructor's like, yeah, you don't want to do that. I was like, duly noted. I'm starting to feel it after a couple. So yeah, that's why when you're here, that leg comes up too. This is just a nice way to start. All right, go ahead, Greg. So wherever side you got crossed, go to your left side right now, Greg. No, cross your feet the way you had it. Now let's go forward to the left. Good. Again, this isn't a fully accurate way of falling, but it's a baby steps. Because Greg's never done any kind of grappling or falling, and well, I'm sure you fell, but
I fall, yes.
But it didn't go as well as if you have a good break fall.
And there's not a lot of padding on this floor, and it still definitely helps absorb.
Yeah, it's less than 2-inch thick padding, and it's hard.
But it helps by learning to fall the right way.
It's easier than being on the wood or concrete.
That's true.
All right, do the other leg. Cross that and then come this way. Good. Okay. This is one of the staple things I learned when I was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the shrimping drill. Okay, there's a couple different ways I've seen people do it. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to demonstrate it. But I'm going to lay down flat with one foot like straight out in my foot here. So what I want to do is have my hands like this, like no, stop, right? What that's happening is actually you're going to be pushing on the person. But here I'm going to lift my hip up a little bit, putting my weight on my left leg and my right shoulder and elbow. As I'm here. Then I'm going to do is pull my butt through. Then I'm going to bring my knee through, lift it up. Then I'm going to do the other side, through and up. So Greg's going to try that. And when you do that up and down the room, I would have my guys do that.
Up and down.
Yeah, when I had my one guy, he would teach us the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a long time, for a couple of years, and then he left. And then I just kept teaching the stuff and then kept just picking up techniques. But this is it, is the staple right here. And this is used in a lot of things. All right, so remember how we were doing this before the video? All right, try it. Turn your side, other side. Okay, see how you're tucking through? All right, good, turn. Now pull your knee through. Now, nope, through here. Then lift it up. Okay, now this one goes, try the other side. Turn my way. Turn. All right, good. Push. So keep this, go back. You want to keep your weight on this foot. Go back again. No, all the way to your back. All right, so keep your foot on that floor. So lift your hip up a little bit. You don't have to be super high, but a little bit. Now from here, just lean on, put your weight here and here. As you scoot through, now draw this in like this. Nope, keep the foot in and up. Okay, so what I like about doing the videos with Greg, we talked about this, is he's a novice, a beginner basically, or actually not a novice, he's a beginner in this stuff for this. So you get to see his growth as he starts growing in this stuff. We're probably not going to film everything, but we're going to film and you can see the growth on that. You don't see a lot of that in YouTube or anything like that. It's usually pretty much guys who know what they're doing together, but this you get to see from the student point of view. That's what I like about that. We talked about that, and it's a good view. And we do that with his sparring. He's not a beginner when it comes to doing Kempo, but he's a beginner to actually fighting. So that's where we get to see your growth.
Yeah, this is truly a a first time doing anything like this, and it is so foreign.
Yeah. And what's neat about this is I have so many videos on where I'm just teaching techniques. You know, maybe I'm teaching on somebody, but this I actually get to teach you, and then you get to see the teaching style with a person. So someone is not actually doing, you know, like the training in a school, can see kind of how it is, where we're just kind of, I'm correcting you and working you through it. And that's, I think, is a cool thing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing my evolution from my first day all the way up to passing kindergarten on the ground.
So it's like it's like a video journal for him. Yeah, and we just get to host it on Showed in 1197. So it's a video journal.
That's right. I love it.
All right, so we're gonna break off and go to something else then. So here we go. We're gonna take a brief moment from the video. I just want to say, if you didn't pick up my book, Lessons from the Cage yet, what are you waiting for? You can get it in paperback or you can get it in ebook. Where can you get this? That is a wonderful question. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle. You can get it on the Apple Books. You can even buy it in Barnes & Noble. I've even seen it on the Target app and the Walmart app. But check it out. Just Google it if you don't know. Lessons from the Cage, Life Lessons from MMA, Roger Grimes. Now back to the program. Alright, now we're going to show is the elbow escape. I'm going to demonstrate my way. We were just doing it off camera too. And I was just talking to Greg. His balance is poor right now on the ground.
Yeah,
so when I went to do the elbow escape, which is basically the shrimping, and when I went to do that, I didn't even get the pull guard. He fell off. But that's the thing. If I'm going to show it to demonstrate, to look good, I'd pick somebody who has a better balance on the ground. But this is about Greg, not about me showing what I know. It's just me showing him what I know. Not me showing you what I know. So this is about the growth. So, hey, if you guys really like this series, just kind of leave some comments down there. You know, and just say, hey, I like it. I would like to see more of this, or something like that. I enjoy doing this. This is what I enjoy doing.
And as we were talking off camera, this is really technical. I mean, you're on the ground, but there's so much technicality to this that
there's a lot of technical movements in Kempo, but you get away with not being as technical. When you're doing this jiu-jitsu stuff, no, you can't get away without being technical unless someone's really, really sloppy. But we were talking about before too, someone that doesn't know what they're doing, they could hurt someone more when you're grappling with them. That's why we gotta take our time to really learn a little bit of control. I've got my eye cut with the elbow. Guy fell down on me, cut my eye. I had my eyelid got cut. And there was a doctor that was training with us, and he looked at it. He goes, "You need stitches." I was like, "Doc, I don't want stitches." We just call him Doc. He goes, "Well, unless someone has super glue." Well, the guy school we were at, he had super glue, so he cleaned my eye and super glued it in the bathroom. So that was a weird experience, but yeah. Then I got an elbow in the corner of the eye once, took 3 stitches there. So, I mean, I've been around enough to get hurt. It happens, even to the best of them, to the worst of them. We all get hurt eventually, but we don't want that. So, take them out. So Greg's gonna sit on me. There's a couple different mounts. One is the lower mount here. There's one where you can sit in the middle or a high mount. You can stay there. But right now this works great for here. I want my elbow to come in here to here. Now he's sitting up here. We got some other problem to deal with. So if he's down on the ground like this, see, I can come across here and still get this in there. See how he's falling off balance already? And then I got this. They come in here. And then I got the guard. Alright, so from here, sit down on me again, but stay back, and we're going to go this way so they can see a little more. So he's staying back for the reason of you seeing. So here, this would be a good time for him to punch me in the face. Oh yeah, that was stupid. Oop. Alright, but we're not worrying about that right now because I want you to see this. So we're shrimping like we were doing, but we don't have to have this leg totally straight. A lot of times I'll kind of cross it over here and then I bring it through. Where you going, Greg? Come on, come back over here. So now here, I got the half guard. Now I can come in here, see I'm like this now. I don't have to have this leg straight, I could be here, but it still slips through. Alright, Greg, your turn. Alright, so Greg only did this a couple times today. So from here, I'm gonna just kind of be here for now. See, here to here, see how you can be on there? So this leg just needs to be pushed over a little bit more. Trip out now, get this through. That's it, nope, stay there. Pop this hip up, wrap the guard. Right here, wrap this up here. You can stay on here. Alright, from here, lift the hip, go that way. I pull this in, lift it up, wrap the guard. There you go, now get up higher on the hips. Now across your feet is a full guard, which that's not my guard of preference, but that's what we usually teach the beginning, is to get that kind of control and relax. I got that tendonitis on that big toe, and when I lock, I cramp right in here. So I learned not to want to do that no more, because it's something I've been dealing with off and on for years. Every time I jam my toe again, it flares back up. So I stopped doing that because it cramps my feet. And then I just kind of learned how to control. And plus I have a lot more versatility when I'm moving without my feet crossed all the time. So I don't hold that too long.
This is the foundation in terms of how to, when you're on your back, this move is kind of the foundation of trying to exit somebody being on top of you, regardless of where they are.
The foundation of what I've learned.
Gotcha.
I don't know about some other people's ways, but this is the stuff that I've learned. Like I said, I'm not a black belt in this stuff, but these are the basics that I've seen that was taught to me early, but I also seen it all around. So, but yeah, I think that pretty much nails it. It is the foundation.
Well, watch it when you're on your back, how you're able to manipulate me, and I'm 190 pounds. You move me around like putty. And I guess as I get better,
like I said, you don't have good balance right now.
That's true.
If you learn how to just put your weight on me, you give me a lot of slack. So there's your elbow escape is what I call it. Some could say it's shrimping or whatever, but I've heard it called a couple different things. But I call it elbow escape. That's why I put it in my system is elbow escape. So just good note, when I'm teaching something out of this system, I might be calling it something a little bit different. Like the heel hook in jiu-jitsu, I call it a heel lock. For one main reason, because in the Kempo, we have a technique called heel hook. And it's against a full Nelson. So out of no confusion on that, I just turned it to heel lock. So there's certain reasons why I name things different, so that's why.
Well, and I'm a brown belt now in Kempo, and I still have a lot to learn, but this is, I'm really excited about this.
This is a whole new world.
Whole new ball game.
All right, so we're going to see you back up on our feet, and we're going to do a Kempo technique called knee of vengeance, but we're adding a Kimura lock. So then I call it knee of justice. So we'll see you up on our feet. All right, we're going to show the technique knee of vengeance that's in the Tracy system of Kempo. Two-hand grab. Greg knows this. A lot of times we'll grab here or grab the upper body like this, throw the knee, stomp on the foot, grab the head, elbow slam. Okay, so now we could do this in a couple different ways. Grab me. I could just slam in here, or I can grab your neck. So here you gotta hold me, pull me in a little bit. Knee, stomp, elbow. Now I'm pushing them off. I'm gonna grab this here. I got this lock. So I'm here. I'm stepping around, pinching. This, I'm gonna pull this arm up into me. So I'm lifting it up. I'm hugging it high to my shoulder. I'm gonna take my wrist. I'm gonna roll both this way. And I'm here to here. Now from here, I'm gonna end up just turning it. Tap me when it hurts, Greg. Good. The reason I want to pinch that knee off is so he doesn't keep stepping around. Okay, this is not the greatest technique in the world. I pieced these together to show Kempo with that. Just giving the wheels going, the spinning in your head.
Well, as a villain, I hate it.
Yeah. I'm not saying bang, bang, boom, perfect time for Kimura. No, it's not really the perfect time for Kimura. There's better techniques I show later off of Chinese sword to Kimura. Works a lot better than this to Kimura. But I just wanted this to be a little bit complex of practicing two things in one. But anytime you get that position, you got that lock.
Oh, it's, yeah.
Alright, so from here, just grab my neck like this. Cup your hands like this. Not like this, behind me.
Okay.
Instead of grabbing here. So I'm here, pull me in, throw the knee. Step on the foot, turn your foot this way though. Good, now come off of me. Grab my head. You're gonna throw the elbow just like that. Not through, just smash it. Now from here, you're gonna pull my arm off. So let's go to a different angle over here. So from here, grab. So you grab my neck too. You got a lot of control off of that. Throw your right knee into me. Yeah, so from here, go back again. So step it back. Yeah, stop it right there. Look at that. All right, so I gotta hold you. Grab my neck, knee. Boom, stop. All right, grab my head. This one. All right, now from here, elbow slam. Grab my wrist here like this. Now push this off. Now slide your hand down my back. Through. Hand on top. I don't like to have my thumb there. Okay, so now from your step around. Let's move it for a moment here. All right, so at this point, step around. Okay, so now pull my arm up into your armpit, pretty much. There you go. Now take your wrist, roll them with the knuckles down. There you go. Now start turning my hand to my head. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. See, my hand's too close here. You should be out here more. Keep going. Alright, so Greg, like a lot of beginners too, don't have that tight. But that's part of it that you're going to see the growth of. But you want to have that thing up and tight and up and away. Let me show you here. Once I'm like this, he's down here to here. This comes up. Alright, so if I'm here to here, then I'm up and away. If I keep it too close to your back, there's like more room to go. When I pull it away from you, there's less that your body can move. Obviously, if someone's more flexible, it goes farther, and other guys you can get it without having it that tight.
Yeah, that's a great move.
We were talking off camera. Grab a hold of me. So I got here. Knee, stop, elbow, push. Here, slam that thing right up.
Oh yeah.
Bang! I'm not even gonna be playing if I'm in the street. Boom! So I didn't even have to trap my leg there to stop him from moving around. So practicality, street-wise, I'm dislocating that shoulder. I'm slamming that thing across. That thing's gonna go off like that, and you're gonna be surgery later. Okay, go ahead, attack me with that. After that, right?
No.
It might be the end of the day right there. It might not be though, because you never know what's happening. People could fight through pain. You know, we talked about before. You seen a UFC guy with a broken arm, he still wanted to fight. He's like, what do you call it to fight for? His arm is obviously broken. Yeah. So you can fight through stuff. I've had a guy where I kicked him and the ribs, broke 2 ribs. He didn't know it, but he sparred the rest of that day. I was like, okay.
When you shared with me, you had a fight where you got hit right here in the chest, and
I got the air knocked out of me, and I just kept it going. I didn't, I got knocked out. I mean, it was like that. I was just kind of pacing myself and not letting them know. But I also sprained my wrist in the fight, picked it up, fought. I sprained my shoulder in the fight, kept going and fought. So you can still fight with it, but you won't fight as well possibly. I'm actually more of a beast when I get hurt, because now it's survival, not a sport. That's how my mind goes into survival mode. When you get into that, that's a different thing, but that doesn't always click in anyone. You could train this stuff for years, and then you get under the gun, and also you're like, oh no, what do I do? But I've already been punched around so much around here, I learned how to flow with it. But when it got hurt, that's survival. Now I'm like, okay, now I gotta protect. not to get injured no more. I mean, not just hurt, but injured. I have had broken ankles, right, sprained ankles, Achilles tendon sucked up, foot going like this, shaking, taped it up, drove home with a stick shift. So I had to use both feet. You know, it was my left ankle. I still had to use it. But hey, I cracked my cheekbone here, doing a throw, and a guy's foot came up because I made the mistake of leaning in right here. I kept teaching the class. So this stuff happens. But don't be stupid. Let yourself heal. You don't have to be stupid like that. That's the stubbornness. That's the grit that some people would just kind of competition part of us. So we just go in there, or the survival part. But, we can always say, okay, I'm done. But, I don't know, ego maybe sometimes will do that. Pride, I can't tap out. And I got a broken arm now. So, but train safely. That's all I say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But give Greg a hand. He's starting something.
Very excited.
Yeah. Most people don't start jiu-jitsu until like in their earlier ages.
Yeah, it's good to start at 57 and a half.
You got to throw that half in there.
That's right.
So if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe.